they station. They station. Can't keep my weight. My been patient. In the basement. In the den. In the kitchen. Post 3 times 10. Hurricane chopper A baby. Got weed like Sinead. Throwing them like Ludo. I'm older like a. I pass it like a. My feet down here. Cold with it like Martin. Bring it down. Pick it up. Put it up. Bring it back. Then up. It's a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We don't even pill. We just buzz down. Got my on the roof. Don't make them buzz down. Run to the grass like a touchdown. Play with it, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 30, 50, 100, down.
Could've sworn I ain't picked them. The Rockets. I don't even play with the Rockets. Everybody. NBA Live 2019, beginning it in. Let's go.
And welcome to Oracle Arena. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, final year for the oldest building in the NBA, but no doubt over these decades. Houston controls the tap.
Ed, you ready for another fun fact about the Houston Rockets?
Let's do it.
Okay, the team was established in 1967 and was given the name the Rockets because San Diego was the home to many space-age manufacturers. When the team eventually moved to Houston, the name still fit, giving Houston's association with NASA.
Wow, so Houston, we have a problem, all of that associated with space? Who knew?
Are you saying that because Carmelo Anthony's in town?
No, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
To Capella. Oh, stolen by the Warriors.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
And finishes strong. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved. In particular, your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Harden against the former Cougar. Jumper's good. Sometimes it looks like he's not locked in, but think otherwise.
Let's be honest. Sometimes he is not locked in when the ball isn't in his hands. But do you need James Harden to be locked in 100% of the time? No, you need him to be locked in 95% when he has the ball in his hands. That's when something spectacular is going to happen offensively for your team.
Paul across the timeline. Down 5. Ooh, Chris Paul. Missed his first. That one goes. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Paul into the front court. Down 4. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Lays it up and in. Jay, he might be small, but against bigger and more athletic guards, how does he find a way to get it done?
Well, how about this? Last year, he shot 42% from behind the three-point line. That's his second lowest three-point shooting field goal percentage since he's been in the league. That's called first-class problems. And what that does, every time you step your foot over half court with unlimited range, it forces the defense to pick you up even quicker, which allows him way more room to operate on the offensive end.
Kevin Durant, that's now 4. He hasn't missed.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To Capella. From long range, and he burns them.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Oh, big finish at the rim. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
And too much contact.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Warriors last year had to go on the road, win a Game 7 at Houston to take the West. Jay, you know Steve Kerr wants to see his team play better at home, make sure they get home court advantage.
Especially because this is the last year at Oracle Arena. And when you have a team that can play with a sense of urgency that is as talented as this Golden State Warriors team is, you better watch out. They slacked off last year. They were 29-12 at home. Now, that's a pretty amazing record at home, but let me tell you why they slacked off. The 3 years prior to that combined, they were 114-9. I think we're going to see that Golden State Warrior team from those years instead of the one from last year.
Harden has it up the floor. And the Warriors have the rebound.
You got boxed out.
Klay Thompson matched up with P.J. Tucker. Message received. Well defended. Now Paul with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Great feed. From the painted area, won't go down. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Paul matched up with Livingston. Nene to P.J. Tucker. 4-3. Not going down here. Green to Sean Livingston. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
He was so wide open. Pretty much looked like a deer staring into the headlights. Last resort, but still, points on the board.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Stepping in for the Golden State Warriors, number 9, Iguodala.
Harden guarded by Klay Thompson. Has a chance. James Harden. 3 for 4. Good start.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Iguodala sizing up Eric Gordon. Shot from the lane won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Oh, that'll do it for the first quarter. The Warriors with the lead. Jay, 1 quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
And when both teams are playing at this level, it just continues to reaffirm that I was excited to watch both of these teams play this entire week. It's been a solid game so far, but this has a chance to be a great one down the stretch.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Thompson. Not that time. Knocked loose. Warriors come up with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And the nice finish at the rim.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Houston with the basketball. And finishes strong.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Jay, last year, Rockets 65-17. Good for #1 record in the West. What's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy. If he's healthy, you can make an argument that the Rockets may have won the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. But also, I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Everybody knows about how great he was during the regular season, but those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Klay Thompson matched up with Carter Williams. You've got to get that one to go.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Thompson. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Oh, my God.
To Thompson. Green to Thompson. Warriors with 4 to shoot. Thompson. That's good D. Shot no good.
Shoot or shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Harden against Klay Thompson. Knocked loose. Thompson to bring it into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. Gets a look. Can't hit. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Leads a bucket to Green. Klay Thompson. Harden's on him. Nothing going here on that drive. To Curry. 5 to shoot for Golden State. Curry. Well defended. To Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Curry. Tough shot. He hits.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Paul. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
Green to Thompson. Warriors with 4 to shoot. A shot rejected by Capella. Shot clock violation. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 8, James Ennis.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Ooh, Chris Paul. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Paul into the front court. All tied as we march towards halftime. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oh, get that out of here. Message sent, Jay.
Believe in yourself.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the Rockets clear the board. Harden, defended by Thompson. On a bad pass. Going to be taken away by the Warriors. Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half has come to an end. So we head to intermission all tied up in what's been a tight one from the start. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. All even to the first half of play as we get rolling once again here in the third quarter. Durant with the basketball up top. Tie game, third quarter. Gets to the basket and scores.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Durant across the timeline. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Fires the three. That no good, off the mark.
Welcome to the roller coaster ride of basketball. Just because you are knocking down those open looks in the first half doesn't mean you're going to knock them down all game long.
Harden buries it. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits the defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on him.
To Thompson, beyond the arc for three. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Curry to Durant. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Paul, tough matchup.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Yeah, they're lucky they get the ball back. There will be no shortage of shots for Carmelo Anthony in Mike D'Antoni's offense, Jay. Why is it a good fit for Melo in Houston?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, if there's one guy you need to trust, his name is Daryl Morey. And the Houston Rockets organization is a stat-driven culture. So he understands at this juncture where Carmelo Anthony is in his relationship to his career. Playing with two pass-first type PGs and James Harden and CP3, who averaged a combined 12.5, 13 assists last year, will open up the floor extensively for Carmelo to knock down those jump shots.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. And the rebound taken in by the Rockets. To Paul. James Harden trying to cash in. And that'll be rebounded by Jones. Green to Durant. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To P.J. Tucker. Here's a chance from long range. And the rebound taken by Iguodala. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down 4. Slam dunk Sean Livingston. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Ooh, Chris Paul. He's now 4 for 6.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 101. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
And they called a foul. Not the breeze there, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Livingston, guarded by CP3. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Green. To Thompson. 5 to shoot for Golden State. Thompson hits it, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Ed, body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Off the mark on his free throw. To Paul. That's out. Last touch by Brandon Knight.
Dog, stupid play after stupid play.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Yeah, get his ass out of here. He is fucking up. He is garbage right now. What was that? He was already out of bounds.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys now down by a point. From the painted area, won't go down. For 3, and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving 3-point shooters open on the perimeter.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul.
Man, that was a tough shot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Great feed. Sets it up. Carter Williams to P.J. Tucker. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the rebound taken down by Bell. It's Cook with the basketball. His guys now trailing by a point. Iguodala against Gordon. No good, and no foul. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Fires the 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Cashes in for 2.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
That ends the third quarter with the Rockets in front. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more important.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Paul with it up top. Up by 3. Capella. Wide open look. Won't go. Down low Durant. Flushes it home.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Hits the 3-pointer.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Gordon, guarded by Damian Jones. Curry with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Durant, yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
Giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Knocked loose. Warriors come away with it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Oh, he got there.
That's great hustle getting back on D.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 11, Klay Thompson. Entering the game for Houston, number 13, James Harden.
James Harden at the controls. Paul to Harden. Gets it in the right corner from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Oh, a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first.
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
And I've been seeing a lot of barking back and forth between the players and the fans. I actually like that. I think that gets the players more engaged in the game, in particular sometimes when the game seems like it's dead air.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Here's Curry with it up top. His team up by one. 4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Durant with the basketball up top. He'll run the offense. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. To P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Here comes the screen. Thompson to Cousins. Nice pace.
Nice
Sets it up
pass.
and slams it down.
Nice
Now the
pass.
Rockets will use a timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one remaining.
Well, you need execution in a chess match. And the best execution, I just saw the star player talk to one of the young fellas. You take those young fellas over to the side. You coach them through some of these big-time moments that happen in the fourth quarter. That's how you get your team ready for the playoffs and hopefully a chance to win a championship.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. It's Rockets ball. It's Harden. A fundamental shot right there.
This is why I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Steph Curry, guarded by CP3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Harden against Klay Thompson. And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Rejected by Thompson.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Nene to Harden. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jet.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
First free throw is good. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Curry. Gets it in the left corner. Thompson. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Curry to bring it up. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Textbook defense.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Cousins. With a drop step. DeMarcus Cousins. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Old school equals high percentage.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Fires the 3. Can't connect. Harden. Smothering deep. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Paul into the front court. His team on top by 8. Harden shoots. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. That misses with a second to go. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.
That's it from me,
This has been
y'all.
a presentation.